Hello, darlings, and welcome to Digimon Ghost Gaze. This is a podcast where we're finally making good on the premise of Digimon Ghost Game, and we're talking about games and gamers this week. Let's fucking go. We're shooting for the high score. We're gonna get 1,000,000 points. I'm Emery. My pronouns are he, she, they.
The most oppressed group, the gamers. I'm Morg. My pronouns are they, them.
I'm Elvire. My pronouns are she, they.
And we have another guest this week. Why don't you introduce yourself?
What's up, gamers? This is Spike coming at you.
Great.
Yes.
We just got outshined in the first minute of the podcast.
I got one joke that I knew I could make. So yes, I'm Spike. I accept any pronouns.
Spike, to start us off, what is your experience with the Digimon franchise?
Oh, very little. Before Ghost Game, I had never seen an episode or played any of the games. So my base knowledge basically came down to apparently hearing the English theme song at some point because I knew it was short for Digital Monsters. I knew that Digimon are the champions, and I knew about the thirst for Renamon. And seeing some of the model kits. And that was about it.
Nice.
I mean, this is not a bad place to start, for sure.
No, it's a good show.
Yeah.
It's a great show.
Yeah, God, maybe this is I would normally say this at the end of the episode, but God, I'm so fucking excited for the next one, and I feel like I've been in that state for 3 or 4 weeks now, where I'm just ooh, this episode is really good. The next one is also so good.
It's good.
I'm also very hyped to see the next episode every time. I look forward to my Sunday mornings. I get up for this. I set my alarm and I get up early so that I can see this while I have breakfast. That's what Digimon did to me.
I'm usually watching Digimon while, as it premieres when I'm getting ready for work, and then I wake up early the next morning to talk about the previous episode with y'all. That's what our days are like. Just
normal
stuff happening in between episodes of Digimon.
Yeah. Honestly. The week means nothing. The weekend is when Digimon is happening.
And from Digimon episode to Digimon episode, it is true.
Although I watched the episode last night. Because I was watching something for a different podcast earlier, but that's fine. It's fine. So sounds like we all liked this episode, which is a good start.
Yes.
My first note in this episode recap just says, Gamer is banned from life for being too epic.
I'm sorry.
I wrote Yamino game.
It is kind of a Yamino game if you think about it. You kind of get sucked in if you lose, and that is kind of what legitimately the fucking... Because it starts off with, this character, we don't know, but, we kind of are seeing how the whole thing of the episode works, and he's playing a fighting game. He's just damn, I got 20 wins in a row.
He's wearing a cool VR headset.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a VR game.
They're so advanced.
This is a very advanced gamer. I mean,
it's like you can reach out and touch the person who fucking owns you.
Damn. I mean, to be fair, they also have, pretty advanced holograms, so, their VR sets being a lot more widespread seems pretty, normal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the game is still in 2D, though.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, we can't, fully tell because, the whole show's in 2D. At least I couldn't tell. I was just like, oh, it looks like the show. You know?
I haven't played a lot of like fighting games, so I wrote down, oh, is this supposed to look like Tekken?
I think it's
or do all fighting games just look like that?
The name of the game is all of them do, yeah.
They kind of have an aesthetic to them. Like, a lot of them, like, they'll look a little different, but, like, they kind of have, like, those HP bars, and they have that, like, Tekken, like, that is a good way of describing fighting games. I'm not someone who plays a ton of them, but, like, the ones I have played all kind of look like that.
We're exposing ourselves as not being real ghost gamers.
I play other games. Just not fighting games.
I mean,
I play Smash. I'm sort of good with Mewtwo.
Smash is
nice.
Slightly different, like, as far as, like, fighting games go, I think, though. But also, I played more of that than other fighting games, too, so... But, yeah, so... Then someone just, like, appears in the game with, like, we just kind of see, like, a silhouette of them. We kind of see, like, some tiger-y clothing on them, but we don't see, like, their face. And they're like, do you want to fight me now? And he seems very taken with that because, hell yeah, he does. But he immediately...
Yeah, the gamer guy is like, oh, this looks like a new character. Is this some sort of special event? Hell yeah, I'm here for it.
Challenger approaches, and then
a new challenger
fucking loses immediately.
He gets owned in one hit. What a fucking noob, baby.
The game hurts you when you lose. Like, that's kind of what my note says, is just like, when you get, like, attacked, like, the game fucking zaps you, and then you kind of, like, fall over, and you get, like, this dazed look on your face, and then that character that was, like, that kicked your ass, and, like, another voice were like, hey, when we say your name, respond to us. And, like, because the character's, like, dazed, they do, I guess. I don't know if they're being controlled or what, but... and then they get sucked into the game when they respond.
Yeah.
Hearing this explanation, I know I said Yami no Game as a joke, but it is exactly like a certain season of, or like, definitely one duel in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, yeah.
In that way.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I remember the electroshocks. I do.
And instead of getting sucked into, like, an hourglass, you get sucked into a gourd.
And everyone's way too into it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure some kids are going to have an awakening from that scene.
I mean...
Yeah.
The awakening of getting sucked into a game? No, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, like, I said that in my notes, and then later on my notes, it comes back.
I mean, if we want to talk about awakenings, like, somehow we've never mentioned this, but there's, like, a lot of vor in the Digimon Adventure reboot. There's a lot of Digimon just getting eaten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think about
that's gonna
that.
do something.
That's
going to do something to the kids, I'm sure.
They're really desensitized. They just accepted it.
Don't you know the
Like
kids
a
are
thing.
into that? That's fine. Like, it's normal. Like, that new bad guy movie with the animals, there's vor in that too. It's fine. It's normal.
Okay.
So vor is just a Digimon thing I'm learning.
It's just a furry thing. And Digimon happen to have that. But, that doesn't happen in this show yet, fully. I mean, there's kind of some weird implying later with the whole gourd thing, but not yet. But yeah, you get sucked into the game. If you die in the game, you die in real life, etc., etc. Very Sword Art Online or whatever that fucking show is that I've never seen. But not really, because these characters aren't, like, in a game. They just get sucked in, you know? Anyway, then we got to credits? The opening.
The end of the episode is a very short one.
The opposite of credits.
The opening song.
We cut to Nomura, and you know how this kid constantly needs to dial it back, and he constantly needs to not be on his bullshit. Well, he's on his bullshit. He heard about a new sexy character in this funny video game, and he's being weird about it.
He's like, wow, I want to fuck this character, so let's play so I can see her IRL. And
I think that's very relatable to some people. Not me. Put that out there. I get tricked into playing games because someone says, "Oh, there's hangout events," and I'm like, "Oh. Then."
Can we step back a sec and talk about the little opening narration? Because
go for it.
Every time it has that dragon water ad, and I immediately parse it the same way as Gamer Girl water.
No. So, if y'all aren't watching with us, which you should, but there's before the actual show starts, it explains what hologram ghosts are kind of every beginning of the episode, and sometimes they show scenes from previous episodes, but they'll also show just funny little adverts that are holograms and stuff.
Yeah. That and the Scholar Raccoon with the kid doing the math wrong. He gets most of them right, but not all of them.
Math is hard.
Math.
It is.
I suck at math too, so it's relatable.
So Kiyoshiro shows up to be our direct stand-ins, and he tells Nomura to stop being horny on campus.
He's like, chill out.
Yeah, don't be horny on main. You have a private account for that. Not everyone needs to know about it. And then Jellymon does not let Kiyoshiro have any sort of dignity because she just pops and is like, don't you like that game too?
This is after what's his face leaves, so she's only there saying it to Hiro because Hiro's I mean, it's just a video game, it's fine, right? And Kiyoshiro's like, no, I don't want to hear that shit. But then Jellymon's like, but you play that shit, don't you? He's like, not anymore. It's too dangerous to play. People disappear.
Yeah.
Thattery knew Jellymon would be jealous.
Yeah, that's true.
She probably was.
Nah, I feel like she's fine with him playing video games.
I thought it was a bit she's fine with it as long as she's the one he thinks is the strongest.
Yeah.
That's important to her, which is valid. I also want people to think I'm the strongest, even though I'm me.
I could see Jellymon trying to play the game and kicking ass. She kind of does, but anyway, we have to get to that. But yeah,
yeah,
if she's the controller.
We see this beautiful gamer couple just fucking going to town, later on in the episode. These two are gamers through and through is what you need to know. There's no judgment around gaming except when you're not playing them.
There's a lot wrong with their relationship. With their relationship, but the gaming's on point.
Exactly, yeah. So Jellymon is roasting Kiyoshiro for not playing the game, and Kiyoshiro says it's too scary to play. If you win 20 times in a row, this scary new character will appear and kill you in real life. And as this is happening, Nomura is winning 20 times in a row because he wants to see the sexy new character. And then he does it. and then he fucking dies, and just, it goes through the whole spiel of them asking him his name, and he is about to get sucked into the game, and
getting sucked off by a gourd.
intercut with, all of this while this is happening, Hiro realizes, oh no, Kiyoshiro was gonna go play that game and get 20 wins in a row.
No, so you mean Nomura. He realizes Nomura's.
Oh, yeah.
And they, run to his door, and they, hear voices. They hear the voices from the game that are, telling Nomura to, do shit, and they're, trying desperately to get in, but Kiroshiro's like, I don't remember the number, fuck. And so we get...
Yeah, I guess Kiyoshiro just knew this guy's passcode to get in his dorm. Is that regular? It's probably regular.
That's his job.
It's not Kiyoshiro that gets in. It's Gamamon that opens the door.
But at one point he might have known the numbers. The implication is.
I assumed that it was because Nomura just is one of those people who pick their own birth date or something like that. She was like, what easy password would Nomura have chosen?
Maybe it's just because Nomura is always forgetting his own password and getting locked out of his dorm. Kiyoshiro had to remember it for him.
I thought Kiyoshiro just knew them all because he's the dorm leader.
And he doesn't go to school. He has nothing better to do.
Yeah, he's the dorm leader, and that includes knowing all the numbers. But yeah, Gamamon hacks in again, and we haven't seen this in a while. Because,
They're the lockpicking brothers. It's what they do.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
You get manual locks with Hiro and electronic locks with Gamamon. And then they bust in, and
just as they open the door just in time to see Nomura get killed by another ghost. This is the second time, Nomura. How long are you going to keep doing this?
I'm surprised that Kiyoshiro just doesn't offer him a whole bunch of charms to ward off ghosts. He's like, I'm willing to help Hiro, but not Nomura. That's where I draw the line. He was horny on me and he doesn't deserve it.
To be fair, he kind of I think he realized that the charms don't really work on hologram ghosts.
Yeah.
But he still believes in real ghosts.
True.
So... Kiyoshiro sees this and passes out.
He sure does.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I really like the way they phrase it though, with integer overflow.
Yes. He. And then Gamamon's just repeats integer overflow, because he Kiyoshiro yells it before passing out. So
such a nerd.
And
so it cuts to later. Gamamon and Jellymon are just poking this unconscious boy in the head.
It's good.
And they're just being chanting.
Just being absolute bastards about it.
And Hiro's on the phone with Ruli and is just like, yeah, there's a fucking hologram ghost in the game, I guess. I don't know what's going on. And then what the fuck? She hears Gamamon chanting integer overflow and is like, what is happening back there?
I should say that poking Kiyoshiro in the head is a secret tool that will help us later.
True. And but Jellymon explains.
They did a really nice setup with this.
Yeah. Jellymon explains what it is, though. It just means he's gotten essentially overstimulated by being fucking scared and passes out from it. But what is it called when I'm blanking on what she calls it when he
limit break?
Yeah, that's what it is. Limit break. She's like, oh, we can cause him to limit break, and he'll... It's really fun when he does that, and so she turns on the game.
Yeah, and Kiyoshiro hears the startup music and gets even more scared, and then just fucking hides under the covers.
Very valid.
It's pretty funny.
Yes.
Yeah, she's like, oh, fuck, he failed. He did not get his limit break. He lost it. He hid
Oh
under
no,
a
it made him
blanket.
more scared. Who would have thought?
Jellymon has just, like, learned exactly how to trigger this boy's emotional breakdowns and, like, the exact flow chart of how to mess with Kiyoshiro, and that's very funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
And then they get a text from Pokemon.
Yay, the exposition guys are back.
Yeah, they do just give exposition and the explanation as to why they're there. It's like, oh yeah, we read the entire library, so we moved.
Yep.
That's it. That's the explanation.
And they feed the boy.
They do.
They feed the boy.
Very important.
They do.
They give Gamamon lots of chocolate, and he just dumps it all in his mouth, and Pokemon says, "I like the way you eat, kid."
He does say that, huh?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
He does eat very funny. He, like... Does he explain the two Digimon, or does,
Bakuman does, because, you know,
he runs into them.
Bakuman says that they ran into these fucking two gaming siblings named Kinkakumon and Ginkakumon, and, you know, they ran into them because they were just going around the internet eating some tasty computer bugs. Which I guess is a thing you can do.
Yeah, I guess Digimon can just eat computer bugs, it's fine.
Don't worry about it.
And, you know, he explains that if you get sent to Horny Jail, then you go inside Ginkakumon's big gourd and get turned into gamer fuel.
God, that is what happens, huh?
It's so weird. I can only assume this is, like, based on some sort of legend, because it's so weirdly specific.
Yeah, getting turned into alcohol in a gourd is very specific. This, but yeah, like, Kinkakumon, the sister, she's like, I want to find the strongest person to fight. Rawr! And then the losers get turned into juice. And by juice, I mean alcohol, but I assume it's going to be changed into juice or gamer fuel.
And by alcohol.
Gamer fuel. That's definitely it.
By juice, you mean alcohol, and by alcohol, you mean gamer fuel.
Gets turned into G fuel.
Because you definitely game better when you drink alcohol.
Not sponsored by G Fuel.
This is why I can't get ahead in any of my games.
Because you don't drink, yeah.
We're not sponsored by G Fuel. We're not endorsing gamer fuel because as we're revealing in this episode, it is made of people.
Do you even know what's in there? Yeah, people.
It is human people just like floating in there.
Soylent gamer fuel.
Can we assume these people are dead? Because there's a time limit and how much time you have to save Nomura. So if he's the last one that got taken, everyone else should... I thought it was weird that everyone survived this one.
I mean, we don't know. We don't know if everyone survived. We only saw the people that, like, got sucked in when we saw them. You don't know how many people were in there beforehand.
I am beginning to believe this season has a death count.
I think this season has a death count.
We saw many bodies, but only 2 survivors.
Yeah.
Like
it's true.
Them, yeah. I think. So?
So Hiro's like, well, Kiyoshiro, we need to see these Digimon. We need you. And you're the only true gamer among us. We need you to win 20 matches in
Among Us?
Among Us.
What if they were playing
Whom's Among Us?
God, yeah. Imagine Kinkakumon telling you that you're sus and then sucking you into the game and killing you.
It's like, I think you might be the imposter.
The vent opens up in your computer screen.
Jellymon is always sus.
True.
Yeah. And Kiyoshiro's face when Hiro looks at him like, you're the gamer, right? He looks like a man who knows he's about to have to do something that he doesn't want to do, and he can't come up with an excuse.
Do y'all think Hiro has ever played a video game for more than 5 minutes?
I don't think so. I think, he's too busy, I think he's always been too busy, doing chores and making food for his degenerate dad.
Yeah, he's a single mom raising his brother. He doesn't have time to game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hiro's like, please, you gotta save my friend, senpai. Please.
Yeah.
I love that they end up, he ends up agreeing, and, he, goes to his rig, his big old rig, and he's streaming or something, because clearly there's Bakuman and Bokumon and Ruli and Goromon, I think, too. They're all just, still at the library area, and they're just watching from an iPad or something. I'm like, he's fucking streaming! This dude's on Twitch!
Yep. Yeah, Ruli's probably not allowed to go to the dorm, right?
Yeah.
He needs to get his views. It's important.
Twitch.com/fucking Kiyoshiro Jellymon Lava. I don't know what the fuck his name would be.
He made a tweet first.
It'd probably be
a minute saving
leader.
my friend. It's gonna be fun. Everybody show up.
It's probably dorm leader or something.
Yeah, it's like dorm leader 420 in parentheses. You can't smoke weed in the dorm.
Oh.
Anyway, so Kiyoshiro is freaking out, and then Jellymon grabs his face, and she's like, "Listen, you're the dorm leader. You can do this," and it's kind of cute.
Yeah,
it's adorable, but it's so weird that dorm leader is the thing that keeps motivating this.
Yeah.
He does he does it. He puts the little thing on, and he's like, "Okay, time to show everyone that I'm good at this game," and he does it really fast.
He goes beast mode. He's mashing the buttons faster than, he doesn't even need a turbo button. He's mashing these buttons so fast, and he just annihilates his first opponent in 2 seconds.
Yeah, he's a good gamer.
Yeah, he's a real gamer.
Damn, he's a real gamer.
He games so good.
Jellymon got so excited I thought she was planning to steal the booze for herself.
She would want a gamer fuel. That's true.
That's true. Yeah. But
just wrote down gaming intensifies for this bit. There was just so much going on.
That's literally just all it is. We get to see a few of his opponents going down, and he makes it to 20, pretty fast. And then the arena's glowing, and she's there. And we see her face this time. Well, we kind of did before, I think, because we saw it with the little explainer thing, but
yeah, we got the information card, but now we see her move.
And
she appears to be based off the OG waifu, Lum Invader.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. I didn't know the name of that, but I know there is that classic anime with the tiger print bikini. That's just an iconic image that I know is vaguely associated with an early anime.
Yeah, Rumiko Takahashi's Urusei Yatsura.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she's like that, except super fucking jacked and wearing some sort of warrior mask.
Which is also tiger print.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You gotta respect that she has muscles, though. I'm glad about that. They could have just made a weird, skinny, hot woman, I guess, but she's shredded.
She's kind of hot, but like, and then her brother like appears behind her with a fucking gaming controller.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And he's massive!
No, yeah, Kiyoshiro and Ginkakumon both have, like, fucking arcade sticks, and they're very fucking intense about it.
They're so intense about it. Ginkakumon's a fucking gamer.
Also, he's huge. He's like 30 feet tall.
So large.
Why does he have to be that tall? And is this when Jellymon switches out with the character?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jellymon turns one of her tentacles into a little USB and just fucking plugs into Kiyoshiro's gaming rig, and that puts her in the game somehow, and we like it.
It's very cute and very confusing, and
Don't think about it too hard.
I'm glad. Like, I'm like, yes, this is what I wanted, actually, and I didn't realize I wanted it till just now. But yeah, Kiyoshiro is controlling Jellymon for this fight.
She does.
Is controlling
Before she goes in, I think she says, "I'll punish you if you lose." And then she swaps out.
Yeah. And continuing the very old anime references, she does the Ashita no Joe thing of pointing to the sky and declaring herself number one.
Hell yeah.
Her literal phrase in English is "me number one," which is very cute. This is something that I saw someone point out on a Twitter post that I read. Jellymon does use me as a pronoun, which is interesting.
Just like in
That's
English,
like
me? Or...
Yeah, I mean, it's not, like, grammatically structured like English. Yeah, but yeah, she does, like, use me in place of, like, Atashi or whatever.
Neat.
I didn't even notice for some reason.
Oh, I never noticed. I'm gonna try and pay attention to it next time.
Yeah. Love that for her. It's a good, like, fight. Like, it's just, like, you know, hand-to-hand kind of combat, at least, like, initially. And at first it's like, Kinkagumon seems like she has the advantage, but then, like, Kiroshiro's like, she only can go, like, so close to me to fight. Or, like, she has a range, and so, like...
Yeah, Jellymon gets smacked down at first, but then fucking gamer mode Kiyoshiro just has, like, the fucking cool guy zoom in on his eyes, and he's like, I figured out the range. I figured out how to use Jellymon's short little legs to kick.
He plays games
also,
with
like,
a steep learning curve, and he's good at them.
Yeah, also I think, at the beginning, Jellymon says something about, like, like, wanting to be the best, being like, yeah, you can tell that she's sort of, like, very much in this, just because, like, she wants, once again, she wants to show everyone how she's the best at everything, and wants people to tell her how cool she is, which is, like, a very, which is, like, very true to her character. And, sort of sets up for, like, the development we get later, but we'll get to that. Yeah, so she's punching Kinkakumon with her squishy little fists. They're fighting, they're going back and forth, trading blows. Kinkakumon loves it, she's having so much fun. They're just fighting for a while, then Ginkakumon is like, "Oh, you're pretty good. I'll make my fight pad bigger." And his fight pad just gets bigger and more buttons, and then it's like, "Oh shit. He's gaming faster than a human."
The more buttons
he's surpassed his limits.
Turbo controllers are cheating.
More buttons is better. Like, why?
Because it means he can do, like, more exact combos and stuff, probably, with it. Like, it does... I don't know. This is something where I'd have to ask, like, an actual fighting gamer person if more buttons actually helps or not. But I can imagine, like, in some ways there's, like... More buttons is helpful, but there's, like, a plateau. Like, you can only have so many buttons before it's like, now they're just useless.
I play a game that requires me to remember 3 buttons. Mouse click, A, and E to use in a fight. And I mess them up every single time. So I just can't imagine being better if I had to use my entire keyboard.
True.
I said
the thing I'm imagining is like maybe he has certain input sequences programmed to the buttons or something.
Oh yeah, he just pushes a button and it does the special attack.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Like a cheater.
He would do the combos. Yep. Like, if he presses the button, it does a combo for him, so he doesn't have to, like, left, right, or whatever, you know, at the same time. And then... But, like,
and then she gets a weapon as well. King Kakumon gets a weapon.
Oh. Yeah, so she has a long distance now.
Oh, what's that called?
It's like, I don't know, like it's not a mace, is it? I don't know.
I forget what it's called. It's like the Oni club with the spikes on it.
Yeah. That's what I was looking for. I think it's just called a club.
And the girls look so happy.
Having the time of her life.
Kiyoshiro, like, keeps up with them, though. Like, even with all the extra buttons, he's fucking... And so, like...
He's a gamer, he knows that this wasn't her final form.
He knows.
Exactly.
He knew.
So yeah, at one point Gamamon literally says, I want to turn on the Xbox.
I want to turn on the Xbox. Mom says it's my turn on the Xbox. Luckily, he doesn't. I thought he was gonna, like, push the controller and, like, try to fight himself, but he did not do that.
Yeah, so I guess King Kakumon is having so much fun that she's like, okay, let's take this outside, and just, like, starts to come out of Kiyoshiro's monitor. And Kiyoshiro freaks out a little. He activates his Digivice and sends them to the digital space. And, you know, when I think we were right when we were talking about Hiro and Ruli's like versions of, you know, this sort of altered reality being different. Like with Ruli's, with Hiro's being just sort of grassier and Ruli's having like more tropical plants, and then Kiyoshiro's is just like very cyberspace with like, these like neon highlights on everything, and it's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it's very Tron.
Extremely Tron.
It's very like cyberpunk the genre, not well, I guess the game too by extension, but like it's cool.
You love to see it.
And Jellymon has a I fight for the users moment.
Yeah, let's see. Where are we in my notes?
Good question. I am also...
I think this is where they start losing, like, because Jellymon has to fight without Kiyoshiro.
Yeah, no, Kiyoshiro passes out because he's
Kiyoshiro.
Because exactly.
That's what he does.
He has another integer overflow.
He's like scared. Yeah, he's like scared because, and then King Kakumon's like, "Wow, this weakling's what fucking beat me almost."
Wow, this gamer isn't good at fighting in real life. What a fucking disappointment. This gamer isn't gonna fight me when I come into his house and threaten him? What the fuck?
Oh my god, one of my notes that I forgot to say when they were still in the game was, this is a battle between raging souls. They said, it's very good. But yeah.
It's pretty fucking good. As all games are.
Kiyoshiro, integer overflows, so Jellymon has to fight by herself, and she's like not doing as well.
Yeah. She's kind of getting stomped.
At first it's like, oh, is she not doing as well because it's in real life? But then she's like, wait, no, it's because my darling's not helping me.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was adorable when she realized that. I know it's a sad moment. It was like, oh, Jellymon, I think this is character growth.
She's
character growth for Jellymon? Who would have thought?
She's like, she tries her best to get Kiyoshiro awake. First, she's like threatening to get rid of all his gamer stuff. Then she's like, I'm gonna tell everyone what's wrong with your right hand with the bandages on it. And then I'm gonna fucking... she just keeps threatening him, and then when that doesn't work, she's like, fuck, I need you. We had each other. We were stronger together. It wasn't just a game.
The power of friendship.
Yeah, she goes from wanting everyone to know that she's the best to wanting everyone to know that they're the best, and it's very good.
I like that we just kind of skipped over Hiro and Gamamon doing something.
Oh yeah.
Because it didn't really matter.
Yeah, they're just over there trying to steal the gamer fuel or whatever.
Yeah, it's just so like Jellymon can have a one-on-one fight with Kinkakumon. I feel like I'm saying her name wrong. I don't know why. Anyway,
I think you're getting it right now.
Yeah, sounds right.
It's just so like she can have a one-on-one fight with Jellymon. And then she gets like stomped by Kinkakumon.
Yeah, no, she's reaching out for Kiyoshiro, and then
with her tentacle,
Kinkakumon stomps on her tentacle.
She has 2 of them.
A little stinger.
She has 2 of them, and she pokes the unconscious boy again and shocks him back to life.
He's alive. I mean, he was alive anyway. He just was passed out.
He was never dead.
He's awake.
Now, clear. Now get this boy a No Fear shirt stat.
Oh, fuck yeah. Because he is fucking limit breaking. He's max limit breaking. Kiyoshiro and Jellymon say max limit break at the same time, and then Jellymon fucking evolves.
It's so
good.
It looks so cool. Oh, and Jellymon's evolution. I love it.
Hell yeah. So she evolves into Tesla Jellymon, who looks sick as fuck. She is... Yeah, sort of keeping in line with, I guess, sort of the fighting game thing. She does have kind of like an MMA outfit with like the spandex shorts and sports bra, and you know, she's got like the fucking MMA gloves and these cool like cyberpunk boots, and you know, also like she's got her tentacles have become sort of more ribbon-like, and she's got these, I guess, like, sort of frills, like, growing out of her torso that sort of resemble, like, I guess, like, the frillier kind of jellyfish tentacles, and she looks pretty fucking rad. I love her design.
She has giant buttons on her hands and feet.
Yeah.
And, like, this was the part I really loved. They used different stitching to make some of them positive signs and some of them negative signs to go with the electricity theme.
Oh,
nice. I didn't even notice that.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I just looked at it and thought, how does anime keep convincing me that spandex shorts and tight shirts are a reasonable fashion choice? Why does it always look good? And then when I try it, I look into the mirror and think, this is why you get bullied in high school.
Oh, no.
If I was Kiyoshiro, I would be pretty happy right now.
Yeah, because your friend got fucking cool.
He got cool too. His look is, I know it's just the eyes that are drawn different, but he looks so intense. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's limit breaking. I love the limit breaking is like, oh, this actually has real consequences, and it fucking isn't just like him being a stupid nerd. It's like, oh, his emotion, because, you know, like the evolution thing being like tied to emotion and stuff, and it's great.
So, Kinkakumon is trying to beat up Tesla Jellymon, and Tesla Jellymon is just sort of dodging her attacks really easily. Kinkakumon is getting gamer mad.
Pathetic.
And then Kiyoshiro calls out the special move Fizzlist, and yeah, just like Tesla Jellymon hits Kinkakumon with like an electric punch and fucking takes her out in one blow, and it's sick.
It's fucking sick.
And then she does like a fucking cute little pose and says game over, and then like does devil horns, and it rules.
Hell yeah.
She's simply the best.
And Ruli and Angoramon get a gold star for being present.
They show up. Lol.
No, they're just flying over from the library this whole time. Oh, they didn't get to be in this episode much, but it's okay. They have the next episode.
Yeah, they're in the next episode. It's fine.
I don't mind that not all the main characters are always in all the episodes. I like that we get to see them like separately and see how their dynamic changes. Love that for them.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't realize this till like towards the end of the episode, but Ginkakumon calls Kinkakumon like Aniki, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's either Aniki or Aneki.
It's probably Aneki because that's like sister. I just thought that was fun. But they kind of both are like, "Oh, we lost. Guess we'll give back the people." LOL.
Yeah, I guess we'll pour out all our gamer fuel.
Guess we won't be drinking people today. Oh, such a shame. I should have had a sip when no one was looking.
He literally
basically what he says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pour one out.
Kotaro has such a I've seen some shit look.
Yeah.
Instead of pour one out for the boys, it's pour out the boys, please.
So true.
God.
They're like back in the computer also. And at first like they're like, hey, Kinkakumon, you can just buy alcohol with money. Did you know this? And he's like, what? I can do that? Shit!
And then Hiro says, I'll even give you my dad's stash.
Hiro has a fucking booze stash.
He inherited it from his dad. Oh God. What is this? What is this series even? What's going on?
I love that Hokuto has a drinking problem on top of everything else. What a shitty fucking parent.
This kid needs a dad, please.
This explains why Hiro is so self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Half my notes are just, what is Digimon?
It's good. That's all you need to know. Don't question it.
It fucking rules. This is... Yeah, I'm probably gonna talk about this a lot in next episode too, but like, I feel like Ghost Game is just like really hitting all the right buttons. Ha ha ha, funny gamer pun. But yeah, it is really delivering on what the stuff that I like so much about Digimon. Just like the fucking friendships and the wild shit happening. It's really good.
And just like the Digimon designs are fucking peak. Like, especially the main three. They're just so good.
They're real good.
No poop emoji monsters in this one.
Not yet.
I can only assume that they will one day come and it will be a haunted toilet episode, and we'll have to sit through that.
And you know what?
Digimon is nothing without its poop jokes.
True. Can we talk?
We get the final... I was just gonna say, we get the final shot where Angoramon and Ruli are flying home, and we get the line from Angoramon that he always does to close out the episode, and he says, when they engaged in fisticuffs, the sound of a jellyfish blooming, the booze drinker got nothing.
Yeah, and then Ruli's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I think Angoramon is the one that has a drinking problem.
I'm like, what is he talking about? He's just giving us like fortune cookies at this point. What's going on?
So I went back and did some spot checking on this and some of the previous episodes.
Oh?
So I'm not a Japanese speaker, and it's real hard to even count syllables in a language you don't speak.
Yeah.
But,
Hakus.
well, yes, they all seem to be 17 syllables long.
Oh, I'm gonna, I'll do it the next time. I'm gonna write it out as I hear it, because I know that it's not exactly syllables. It's each character that you write. So the silent one that lengthens a syllable or makes you make a pause in the word also counts. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, like the rules are different, like real Japanese haikus versus English haikus. Plus, in Japanese, for it to be haiku, it has to have certain words in it.
Yeah, it needs to be linked, right? Oh, how does it work?
I think it's a seasonal word or something.
Yeah, there's a whole list of seasonal words. Oh, I had to write a haiku for my class once. It was horrible.
So, if it doesn't have that, I believe it's called a senryu.
Oh, okay. So it might just, it might be a senryu. But, like, still, that's very funny. If it is.
It would explain why it's so weird, because, poetry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am kind of disappointed that if this is, like, a specific poetry format, that they're not, like, trying to replicate that in the subtitles, because I don't think they're, like, using any sort of consistent syllable count. Not that I've, like, gone through and checked, but it's definitely not haiku length.
No, it's almost impossible to do that and translate at the same time.
Yeah.
Looking it up, and it specifically says, like, it's supposed to be, maybe I'm misunderstanding English, because it says, it's Japanese poetry about translating Dutch to English, about the incompleteness of people. So it's supposed to be like the reverse of a haiku, where a haiku says how beautiful the world is. A senryu is supposed to be like how broken the world is, I guess.
Huh.
Interesting.
That might fit.
Which would fit. That would really fit. Oh. Wow, that's really interesting. I'm going to ask my teacher about it next class.
I just think it's very funny that Rui is like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
I do like, it does sort of seem to be a running bit where just like a character says something that is sort of like, that just sort of seems to be like an aside, like, or I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but like they're saying something that, they're just sort of saying something to themselves that is like only really meant for the audience to hear. Like, the end of the one episode when Jellyman was just like staring at Kiyoshiro and called him darling, or like when Ngoramon is like doing these little poems and Ruli hears and is just like, wait, what did you say? What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So that's the episode.
Next time is more Ngoromon themed and Rui themed episode.
Oh,
right?
Hell yeah. It is very Ruli and Ngoramon focused, and it's a real good one, y'all.
Is that what the GIF was from? I saw the GIF in general. With the hug for Ngoramon. God, I wish that were me to give hugs to Ngoramon. He looks so soft. I bet he gives great hugs.
I bet he does.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, do we want to do a segment? I didn't come into this with any ideas. Since this is a gaming episode, I don't know. We could maybe talk about games in some capacity.
Are there gamers?
I don't know. I didn't think about this beforehand.
Are there gamers among us?
Among us?
Again.
Yeah, so Spike, you mentioned you were talking about Cyber Sleuth. How was that, like, experience, like, just going into it without, like, much knowledge of the Digimon franchise?
Okay, so, yeah, I picked that up, and I think I'm maybe like a third of the way into Cyber Sleuth itself.
Uh-huh.
Plus I know that there's the whole, like, second game included, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
The second game is weird because it's not like a sequel, technically. It happens concurrently with the first game, and it's just about, like, shit that doesn't matter to the main plot just happening off to the side while the world is getting, like, completely turned inside out.
I loved that. I loved the whole, this is sort of our little friend group that's trying to fix itself versus in the first game where you're literally saving the world.
Yeah.
It was so good. Oh, I named it my game of the year, even though I know it didn't. I know it didn't come out this year. I know that.
Nice.
It's good.
So far, like, I'm really surprised at the different discordant designs of Digimon.
Yeah. There really doesn't seem to be, like, anything particularly unifying about Digimon designs. Like, you know, Pokemon are all, like, identifiably Pokemon just because of, like, you know, yeah.
There's, like, an aesthetic.
But
there's, like, a design aesthetic. Even the more unusual ones tend to have, like, something lending itself. Like, you might look at a few and be like, I'm not 100% sure if this is a Pokemon, but I can see it. Whereas, like, Digimon, you're like, okay.
Is this the same series?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a guy in a hat.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's poop.
Yes.
So what's your fucking lineup? Who are your favorite guys right now in Cyber Sleuth?
What was it? I picked Terriermon at the beginning, I think.
Hell yeah, good choice.
I mean, the choices were a weird gear son and a plant in Terriermon, so I went with the fluffy one.
You could have picked a bug. If anyone was wondering what I chose.
You picked the...
I think I only had 3 choices.
Yeah.
So I still have, like, I have whatever the weird missile and chain guns guy is called.
You're
gonna have to be more specific.
Oh boy, like it's the one that's the direct evolution.
Okay, do you mean Mega Gargomon?
Yes.
The big mech guy?
Yes, so I have that.
Yeah.
Is it the mech or is it just the one with the jeans?
The green and yellow one, the giant shoulder missiles with smiley faces on them.
Yep, Mega Gargomon.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have that, and thanks to recognizing silhouettes and a previous episode, the other 2 members of the team are Sistermon, or the 2 Sistermons.
Oh,
nice. Fuck yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. And I was really surprised to get not very far into the game and have a mission with the moral being be non-binary, do crimes.
Yeah, that side quest, yeah. I didn't want to turn him in. I just thought, let them be.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is literally like a DLC side quest where it's about 3 siblings who are just like off doing Digimon crime, and the oldest sibling is like, here's my motivation for why I'm doing the crime. Online forums and, you know, like profiles for, like, you know, dating apps and social media sites are always make you choose either male or female. And I say fuck that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm expecting the final boss of this game, or at least the final threat, to be essentially Facebook.
You know what? Yeah.
Don't spoil.
You might be onto something.
I mean, this, like, The setup of the game is basically the company, like, I realize it happened before Facebook did this, but the whole Facebook metaverse thing.
Yeah, but like it's kind of been going that direction, like maybe not, like, I mean, I don't know if anyone would predict fully, like, someone just coming out and saying the, like, dystopian thing out loud, but, like, it's kind of been going in that direction of, like, big companies making things like in real life, like Amazon making bookstores and stuff like that. Like, that's been coming. So, like, this is just, hey, let's do it online, but also, like, it's actual property, I guess.
The thing that got me thinking along those lines was specifically that mission, though, and the fact that the whole thing with Metaverse is your avatar has to be you.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yes, this person is going through that whole thing right now in the game that, like, 2 years later happens in real life.
Wow,
Yeah.
like, we can't even be, like, our persona in Metaverse? Fucked up. I can't believe
you, Mark.
this is literally worse than Second Life, and Second Life's not great. Like,
Yeah, just VR chat wins.
Truly the worst thing Mark Zuckerberg has done is not letting me be a cute mouse boy online.
yeah,
I agree.
Anyway, yeah, but if y'all want to know some cool shit about app monsters, the villain in that entire series is basically a stand-in for Google.
We love it.
Yeah,
We love it.
Oh. I do want to punish Google sometimes, so maybe it's time to watch that.
Yeah, so yeah, pretty good game, I think.
Maybe someday.
Yeah, is yeah, it's a fun little JRPG. Good monster collecto, IMO.
I do like a monster collecto.
Yeah, so is that all we have to say for this
I
one?
think so.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some plugs. Spike, do you have anything at all to plug?
I have no social medias.
I wish that were
Good
me.
choice. Good fucking decision.
Can I plug how we met?
Go for it, yeah.
Okay, then I want to plug the Tabletop RPG Fellowship. It is a great game, and you can find it at librarygothica.itch.io.
Hell yeah, very good game. It's a PBTA, sort of, a fantasy PBTA, sort of along the lines of, like, a D&D or something, but the very cool thing about it is that, the coolest thing about it, in my opinion, is the way it lets you do collaborative world building, because each player, picks a different playbook, and then, like, their character, and then each player, like, decides to gets to decide the lore of, the people of whatever playbook they picked. So my character is a halfling, and that basically means I get to decide everything about, like, halflings and their presence in the world and what they look like and what their culture is, which is real cool. It leads to some, like, very interesting and just completely all over the place world building. It's really neat.
Yeah, it's so good.
I really like collaborative world building games, so I've been meaning to play Fellowship for, like, ever. Just because I don't know how many people are, like, I know a lot of people listen to this are, like, tabletop people, but, like, PTBA is just, like, they're based on Apocalypse World games and stuff. That's what the system is. But yeah, it's like, it's the kind of, like, game I would, Fellowship seems like the kind of game I'd want to, like, run if I ever tried DMing again. Just because, like, It's a lot of collaboration, but it's also, like, cool fantasy stuff, and, like, I liked when I was running Dungeon World the one time I did. But seems cool. Anyway, sorry. Not to interrupt your
cool.
That's great.
I'll check it out, because it sounds exactly like the kind of thing I enjoy.
Yeah.
Happy to share the love.
There's also, like, podcasts that use it and stuff, too.
For sure.
Their actual play. Is that it, Spike?
That's it.
Okay. I guess I'll go next since I'm talking. You can find me at Haunting the Morgue on Twitter. That's Haunting the MORG. You can also find me on my other podcasts, Departure Lounge, which I feel weird about plugging, but it still exists. Hunter x Hunter plane themed podcast, still on hiatus. And then my more active ones are the Sonic Shuffle, a random and holistic Sonic lore podcast, and Forward ReZero, a ReZero first watch podcast for me. And then my co-hosts have seen it before. That's what I'm recording after this.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I listened to the first episode of Forward ReZero, and I really enjoyed it. The three of you have super good energy together.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, it was a ton of fun.
It was really funny.
I'm glad.
My list.
No pressure.
Thought about it. I'm adding it right now.
No pressure. I think they're going to be pretty long episodes, so sometimes that's not... I like a long podcast, but it's not for everyone.
Yeah. I usually listen at work,
Me too.
so I need something that fills a lot of time. I'm down for a long podcast.
I listen at home, and I have winter break coming up.
Same thing.
So I'll be home for 2 weeks. I need a lot of stuff to listen to.
Yeah, just the first episode's out right now, but
I am adding it to my podcast player as we speak.
great. Thanks for all the love. I feel like you should listen even if you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna like ReZero, because it definitely, from the premise, you're like, is this a weird, like, fucking...
I'll be honest with you, I have no intention of watching it. I'll just listen to the podcast.
That's fine. I like listening to podcasts that I don't necessarily watch the media of, so...
There's too much shit to watch, but you can listen to a podcast anytime.
I know. For real. I think I did all my plugs.
Yeah.
Right.
Elvira, what have you got?
Not a lot, so this will be quick. I have Twitter, which is @Eruviru, and that's it. I have that in this podcast.
All right. I am on For Affinity. My username is Space Robot. I'm posting cute art there. I'm taking commissions. I haven't posted anything in a while just because I had like a bunch of projects that I'm working on all at once. One of those just happens to be a couple drawings of our party from Fellowship. So when I'm finally finished with that after several weeks, you'll get to see those little cuties. And yeah, I'm also and also on a different podcast called Gone Will Hunting, also a Hunter x Hunter podcast. Where we've kind of reached where we haven't, once again, we kind of have a huge backlog of episodes that we haven't released, but where we're at in recording, we've just kind of reached the point, in the Palace Invasion arc where we're like, this is taking too long, fuck the Palace Invasion arc, and just kind of being degenerates instead of trying to podcast good.
That sounds like fun, though.
It is.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I hope you get to listen to that sometime in the future. The episodes we have out are pretty good. We're sort of degenerates on those, too. Yeah, so check that out. It's at gonewillhunting.com, and if you want to commission me, you can get in contact at spacerobotsart@gmail.com. Check out my price sheet or whatever. So yeah, this is a noisespace.xyz podcast. We're part of that network, which is a very cool place with a lot of neat shows and great community. Yeah, so what shows have we been thinking about lately? I've been listening to a bunch of Noise Space podcasts. I've been listening to 0 to 0, which is like just finishing up their review of Aquaman. Next, I think they're talking about Shazam.
I'm so happy they found like a movie that they don't hate.
Yeah. Turns out some of the DC movies are kind of fun to watch, and it's the ones that no one has seen.
It's
let's
funny.
see. Also Kyle XY is just in the middle of a fucking raucous little fan fiction about season 4 of Kyle XY.
God, I love that because Jurgen, which was kind of Kyle XY's like predecessor in a lot of ways, they also finished the podcast off with like extra season fanfics, and those are a fucking treat. Like, people talk about the show all the time, like when they're listening to Jurgen, but like the actual like fanfic episodes are like something special to get to after everything. Like, that's a finished podcast, but it's still good.
And Slappers Only just did their Game of the Year episode for 2021. If you fucking loved the gamer content in this, and you're just thinking about games and want to hear more about those, Slappers Only is a pretty good one.
If you liked Elvira referencing Yamino games, you might also like Pot of Greed.
So yeah, I think that's about it. So, until next time, all you poltergeists, ghouls, and non-boonaries, ready all together now? Digimon is for the gays. Goodbye, darlings.